You can now get a 30-day trial to experience The Athletic for free. Visit the link in the description below to try it now. Luciano Spalletti had been making wine on his vineyard in Tuscany when the call from Napoli came. Sacked by Inter in 2019 after a change of chief executive forced him out in favour of Antonio Conte, Spalletti is nonetheless one of Italy's most highly regarded coaches. His start with Napoli has been impressive, driven by the goals of Lorenzo Insigne and Victor Osimhen, and a brilliant defence marshalled by Kalidou Koulibaly will again challenge for the title. Napoli have always been a tempestuous club. The side won their 2 Scudetti in a Maradona-inspired fever dream, but their talisman was banned for a positive cocaine test in 1990, having delivered the team's second Serie A title, and would never play for them again. After, the side bobbed between Serie A and B before going bankrupt in 2004 and being rescued by Italian film producer Aurelio De Laurentiis. Gennaro Gattuso added a 6th Coppa Italia win in 2019-20, but Napoli have failed to deliver in the last 6 years despite strong Serie A campaigns, falling short of the title with back-to-back second-place finishes under Maurizio Sarri and Carlo Ancelotti, and with a further runners-up finish under Sarri in 2015-16. Indeed, it feels like Napoli's recent history has been about how to deal with Sarri's legacy. Napoli played some of the most elegant football seen in Europe under him. Sarri ball relied on huge amounts of possession, quick short pass and move sequences, and a constant high press. The midfield three of Jorginho, Alan and Marek Hamšík drove the side, while Dries Mertens and Insigne scored the bulk of the goals. But Sarri ball was intense, physically and mentally demanding, and Sarri hardly rotated his squad. That meant that Napoli would play brilliantly, but then fall off in the second half of the season, creating fewer chances and allowing more. Carlo Ancelotti and Gennaro Gattuso both sought to harness aspects of Sarri's press and possess style, while integrating new signings and making greater use of Napoli's whole squad. Ancelotti also brought greater verticality and an increased use of width and switch passes, creating a kind of 2-4-4 shape in build-up. Gattuso also introduced a greater focus on pressing out wide and a variable defensive line, which would fall back to quite a deep block when Napoli were attacked centrally, but then rapidly push back up the pitch to compress space. Spalletti's reputation as a coach was built on early promotion successes with Empoli, overachievement with Udinese, and the creation of Roma's exciting strikerless team built on the talents of Francesco Totti. Twice a Coppa Italia winner and Serie A Coach of the Year in Rome, Spalletti also has 2 Russian Premier League titles to his name with Zenit St. Petersburg. Spalletti's system is a 4-3-3 and integrates aspects of his 3 predecessors to great effect. Napoli's possession-based game is reminiscent of Sarri's desire to hog the ball, and the team currently average the greatest percentage possession in the league and complete the most passes with the greatest percentage success rate. They keep the ball on the ground where possible and use a series of short passes while building up from the back, as Ancelotti's team did in a kind of 2-4-4 or 2-3-5, but with a lot of depth between the lines. Fabian Ruiz has been recast as the team's Jorginho, patrolling in front of the back line and linking play. Capable of keeping the ball moving seamlessly as Napoli try to bait the opposition press, or threading neat, penetrating through passes forwards. Fulham loanee Andre Frank Zambo Anguissa will drop off to assist from right central midfield, where his dynamic ball carrying also offers Napoli a means of progressing it, while Piotr Zielinski pushes up to the left half space from left central midfield to assist the attack. The fullbacks stay deep initially as Napoli try to lure the opposition out, ensuring multiple passing options in their own half before pushing forwards. On the left, Mario Rui offers more width as Insigne drifts in field to combine with Zielinski or Osimhen, while Matteo Politano offers more natural width from right wing, just as Jose Callejon did under Sarri. Spalletti's side look to manipulate the opposition defensive structure to create space between the opponent's defence and midfield, and then unleash the brilliant dribbling and running abilities of their attackers. Attacking play can be structured, but in Osimhen and Insigne especially, Napoli have 2 different but equally dangerous attackers who can exploit space. Napoli get the ball into the opposition penalty area more than any other side, but also carry the ball more frequently into the opposition half and opposition box than other Serie A teams. This is because the short passing, low build-up creates space, which Napoli can then drive into with the ball at feet. while their off-the-ball runners drag defenders out of position or find space to receive dangerous passes in behind. Defensively, Napoli don't press a huge amount, partly because they have so much of the ball, but they do win it back successfully from pressing so often, 5th most in Serie A in fact. They focus their pressing on the opposition's defensive third before creating a deep low block. David Ospina's defensive actions are the deepest in Serie A as he ventures from his area lease, well protected by Koulibaly and Amir Rahmani. As under Gattuso, Napoli will then try to push up immediately, having won the ball back, before beginning their ball circulation to lure the opposition or hitting it long for an immediate counter. Spalletti's tactics are a smart marriage of what has worked previously with this squad, harmonising rather than innovating. And his use of Ruiz, for example, shows a versatility and capable man management too. With 10 games played in Serie A, Napoli were top of the table, with both the best defensive record by some distance and the lowest expected goals against. With Juventus rebuilding and Inter less than they were, a first title Scudetto since 1990 isn't out of the question.
Hello, I'm Adam Leventhal. We are going to be setting the team a challenge to rebrand the European Super League, but just try and do it a bit better.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic brings you the best sports journalism in the world in a personalised experience, connecting you with the stories and teams that you care about the most. There's coverage of 13 sports, plus direct access to world-class journalists through live Q&As, discussions and podcasts. Not to mention, it's all ad-free. And you can try it now for free for 30 days by clicking the link in the description.